Greetings, Nick with Sweetwater here, and today we're going to be taking a very quick look at 4 instantly recognizable classic rock riffs that only use the notes from the minor blues scale. To this end, there are 2 rules, my friend. 2 rules. Firstly, as just stated, each of the riffs will only use the notes in the minor blues scale. No extra notes allowed, not even passing ones. There is, however, one exception, and once again, one only. It's okay to play them as root 5th power chords, even though the 5th of a couple of said power chords reside outside of the minor blues scale. And the second rule, my friend, is this. Each riff has to include the flattened 5th note, the blues note if you will. Simple rule stated, let's get to it. Now, for most rock guitarists, the minor blues scale is probably the second scale we learn, the first one being the minor pentatonic. This one right here played in the key of A minor. As I'm sure you know, the minor blues scale can be thought of as the minor pentatonic scale with one extra note added, the flat 5th, which in the case of A minor is E flat. Adding this note means the 5 notes of the A minor pentatonic scale become the 6 notes of the minor blues scale, just like this. Incidentally, if you don't know either of these 2 scales, namely the minor pentatonic or the minor blues, please don't fret. There are links to lessons on both of them in the video description below. Just so you know, the riff I used to open this video was Beating Around the Bush by AC/DC, which is on the band's amazing 1979 album, Highway to Hell. This riff right here. In addition to being a truly great riff, it starts by literally ascending and then descending the notes of the E minor blues scale in order. Thus the riff goes E to G to A to B flat to B and then D. And then it goes back down to E again, just like this. Here's the ascent and descent. Brilliant. Simply brilliant. Now, as simple as the 6-note minor blues scale may seem, some of rock's most iconic riffs have been created from within these 6 notes. Want proof? Well, here's 4 of them. Now, I know I'm going to miss a boatload you think I should have included, so please let me know which ones I criminally overlooked in the comments below. Incidentally, in addition to this fine none more green lefty PRS CE axe I'm playing, I'm using a Wampler Plexi-Drive pedal into the clean channel of a Blackstar Debut 50-watt 1x12 combo with some of its built-in plate reverb added just to smear my dodgy playing. And for the riff I'm about to allegedly rock, I'm also adding a Dunlop Authentic Hendrix 68 Shrine Series fuzz face pedal for good measure. Now, as great as the riff I just messed up royally is, the song is actually not one of my 4. Anyway, as I know you know, this riff was created by a guy that many rightfully consider to be the GOAT of rock guitar, Jimi Hendrix. The song is, of course, Foxy Lady from the guitarist's groundbreaking debut album, Are You Experienced, released back in 1967. As for the riff I just butchered, it's culled from the 6 notes of the F-sharp minor blues scale, these ones right here. And this leads me nicely into a little bit of 60s rock trivia which will explain exactly why I played a snippet of Foxy Lady before the first riff of my chosen 4. As it just so happens, an amazing English bassist named Jack Bruce went to a Jimi Hendrix concert back in 1967. Now, Mr. Bruce was so inspired by what he saw that night, he went home and came up with the riff that gave birth to a truly classic rock song. It employs the D minor blues scale and is my riff number 1. To do this, I'm going to switch the neck humbucker of my PRS and also switch off the fine fuzz face pedal. D done, here's the Hendrix-inspired riff in question. The song is, of course, the Cream classic Sunshine of Your Love, which was released in late 1967. Eric Clapton embellished this great riff further by adding a couple of chords and also some double stops to it, kinda sorta like this. That said, the all-important single-note riff that opens the song is a 100% D minor blues scale ditty. Once again, this one right here. Interestingly enough, Jimi Hendrix, the legend who inspired Mr. Bruce to pen this great riff in the first case, also played Sunshine of Your Love live on more than one occasion. The circle of riffs, if you will. Staying in England, our next example is this one. That was, of course, Heartbreaker by Led Zeppelin, one of the band's many timeless offering. This one hit the streets in 1969 on the group's second album, which was cleverly titled Led Zeppelin II. This riff not only uses all 6 notes of the A minor blues scale, it uses them in order. Namely, it goes A to C to D to E flat to E and then finally to G. The first 5 are played ascending the scale like this. And then the last of the 6 notes, the G, is played an octave lower at the 3rd fret of the low E, making the riff this. Once again, brilliant, simply brilliant. To be 100% accurate, the song opens with the G note at the 3rd fret of the low E, played as a pickup note, if you will, with a slight blues bend on it for attitude and vibe, like this. In fact, as you just heard and saw, every time you hit that G note, you do in fact apply the magic of said blues bend. Then, to make the opening of this epic song even cooler, after 3 repeats in A, the riff modulates up 2 steps to B for 1 turnaround before returning to A 1 more time and then going into the verse, like this. For my riff number 3, we're going to head over the Atlantic Ocean to the fine American city of Boston and the equally fine Aerosmith. The catchy little E minor blues scale ditty in question is the opening salvo to the seminal 1975 hit, Walk This Way. Here's said riff, and it sounds like this. Sorry, that pun was just simply awful, but I just couldn't resist it. I apologize sincerely. What an instantly memorable riff that one is, and like all the other riffs I played thus far, it only uses the notes of the blues scale. In this case, the E minor blues scale. Funnily enough, when I googled Walk This Way to confirm its release date, I was informed that it was in fact a Run DMC song released in 1986. Sacrilege, I tell you, pure and utter sacrilege. Anyway, internet misinformation nonsense aside, it's time for our 4th and final riff. And for this gem, we're going to jump back across the Atlantic Ocean to England and the year 1972. The British-born bruiser I just plucked is, of course, the main riff from Deep Purple's anthem Smoke on the Water. This legendary G minor blues scale riff is rightfully held as one of the most famous hard rock riffs of all time. Now, the riff does sound pretty cool when played as regular power chords like this. That said, performing it this way definitely resides in the close but no carat file, because that's not the way Mr. Ritchie Blackmore plays it. He plays it by inverting the power chords so the lowest note in each one is the fifth, not the root. And when you do this, the riff really comes into its own. Check it out. Apparently, Ritchie plays it this way because he feels the resulting parallel fourths give it a darker, more medieval flavour. Let's quickly compare the two versions back to back. So I'm going to play the regular power chord version, then straight after that, the inverted power chord one. Yes, my friend, the inverted Blackmore way is clearly the way to go. The only way to go, in fact, in my humble opinion. This is especially true when you use your thumb and index finger to pluck the two notes in each chord simultaneously like he does, as opposed to using a pick in the regular way. This is the Blackmore picking approach. As I'm sure you noticed, the first couple of times I played this riff in the video, I actually used hybrid picking like this. The reason I do this? I suck at palming my pick. That's why. Anyway, whichever way you pluck them, the inverted power chords definitely make this riff darker and heavier sounding, even though we're effectively ditching the lowest note from the regular power chord version. Go figure. And there you have it, my friend. 4 classic rock riffs created from the simple but also effective minor blues scale. The hardest thing about me doing this video, aside from not messing up these timeless riffs too badly, of course, narrowing my list down to a mere 4 riffs. I mean, there are just so many other great ones out there, aren't there? To this end, like I said at the very start of this video, please let me know your favorite minor blues scale rock riffs in the comments below. I'd love to know what gems I overlooked, so have at it. That said, please, please, please remember the 2 golden and unbreakable rules I stated at the start of this video. That said, I look forward to seeing your selections. Links to all the fine pieces of gear I've abused in this video can be found below. That said, I'm going to sign off by playing one more instantly recognizable minor blues scale riff, the E minor opening to the Doors classic Roadhouse Blues. So see ya! Thank you so very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, nicely please. Hey, I'm doing the best I can, I promise. And oh yeah, subscribe too. Click here for more videos like this and go to sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs. Goodbye.